For those where they wet without they no use water, even if you don't read the entire Quran and money, you don't read the net. If you there for the day you wet, you do number one. You not clean yourself, you are still unclean. If the shayateen there or the ant strike an arrow, it still they hit you. For those who don't marry, then they get intimacy with their spouse. Then they expect say by the will of Allah, they get for go another round. The sunnah teach we say you the wash your private part and perform ablution before you sleep. But if you go sleep in that condition, without you not perform what the Prophet teach you, you still unclean. If the shayateen them strike them arrow, it will hit you. So we live in a world where it be said, if we not come closer to Allah, wallahi, we are exposed to danger. We left them not safe, that is dunya. Like we brother say, it's a dunya, not a testing place, not a resting place. And most of you don't become so comfortable with the life of this dunya to that extent that we don't become so negligent about any act of obedience. Especially for the youth, with the thing that say we still get more time. We are still young. So the possible solutions, for that we combat all them situations, and we are the first one, now for that we develop a strong relationship with Allah. That's the first foundation. Number two foundation, we seek correct knowledge of redeem. Understanding that for anything will miss me, enough for don't miss me. And anything will miss me, enough for don't miss me. Allah did not decree this. Then we try for that we learn the morning and evening azkar. Somebody will say, well, Sheikh, they do azkar morning and evening. But why still shayateen and the contacts? Impossible. How impossible? The morning and evening azkar, it's like a fortress where you build around yourself. Like a wall. We're very strong. For any sin when you commit is a wicked. An example now, when you look at haram, the one not they lose. When you talk lie, another not they lose. When you listen to haram, another not they lose. When you get evil desire, another not they lose. So the more sin you keep on committing, now slowly the fortress, it will become weak. So if the shayateen strike an arrow, it will hit you. Why? Because your environment is sinful. So what Sheikh can do as God? Yes, because of this. And number two, for those where they wet without they no use water, even if you don't read the entire Quran and money, you don't read the net. If you there for the day you wet, you do number one. You not clean yourself, you are still unclean. If the shayateen there or the ant strike an arrow, it still will hit you. For those who don't marry, then they get intimacy with their spouse. Then they expect say by the will of Allah, they get for go another round. The sunnah teach we say you the wash your private part and perform ablution before you sleep. But if you go sleep in that condition, without you not perform what the Prophet teach you, you still unclean. If the shayateen them strike them arrow, it will hit you. Then another thing again, we homes them full with shaitanic instruments here. 247 music they play in our house, disobedience of Allah. When we they cook, we teach them all that they become so messy and dirty. Now the place, the food they eat and they left as a scrum. Now the environment, the pan and they left unclean. As a result of this unhealthy environment, shayateen they come and possess the houses there.